God be with you, Henry. Hey!
Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
Yeah, everyone's so pleased to see me. It's amazing. There's no one there, according to the chat thingy. Aha. There's now someone there. Rightio. As you can see, the draw distance is not great. Although it has taken the time to fully render the texture on the walls this time. Anyway, we will go into town. You can gallop through town, but it will put quite a serious strain on the graphics engine. As you can see, we're going to get some quite serious pop-in on these buildings, which is just something you learn to deal with. It's actually coped pretty well today. There's no one there again. Wow, that's quite a delay it's got. Right, who's here? Who have we got? How do I load the flipping chat on this thing? Oh, top chat. Top chat is a bit of a reach, isn't it? I'm basically doing now until I know someone's bloody watching.
Very well. Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
I quite like the sort of augmented reality medieval subtitles that kind of float above people's heads. Should I be explaining stuff? Is there anyone there? I've got the best spurs you can get. Yo, yo, what up? So here we are. I might as well start explaining things because there's someone there, finally. This is my horse, called Binky. I didn't get to name it, that's what they called it, so it's quite fortuitous. I'm going to do one little haggle or something. He hasn't done anything I need. Oh well. Trading's trading. Yeah, I'm going kind of slow so that the pop-in is not too fierce, but you're going to start seeing some people without heads fairly soon. I'm just going to tell you, don't freak out. There are headless people quite often in this game. I'm going to talk to this guy because he reminds me of someone and I don't know who it is, so maybe you can tell me.
Henry. Good day to you.
So, what's he selling? Let's buy a couple of arrows. Haggle. So I can now. You have to unlock a perk that lets this increase your speech skill. But it's an RPG, so the whole speech thing, all that, it works pretty much the same way. And I've got a pretty high reputation in this town, so I'm actually going to push my luck here a bit so you can see the deal.
What do you say to this?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost. See now, I knew we'd come to an agreement.
See, there you go. I mean, basically that's the deal with merchants. You can haggle. If I just take it a bit down, ask for a bit more, because I have a high reputation in this town. Look at that. And you can do, basically, whenever I buy an apple or an apple, I usually actually pay more than they're asking, and that'll put your reputation up a bit. But basically, my reputation was worth dirt until I dealt with a couple of bandits for them, for the town. I mean, it's really annoying. You find something like on a bandit, like a sword that's worth 2,000 gold. It's too heavy for you to use at this stage in the game. You take it to a trader and you'll go, yeah, I'll give you 8 gold for it, because your reputation is only like 35. But that is the sort of haggling deal. I'll give you a quick look at the buffs and stats and so on in a minute. But I'm going to use this thing to display to you the fun that is archery in this game, which I'm now getting the hang of, but it is, yeah, it requires practice. This guy also looks like someone, and also I like the way he talks. He reminds me of the sort of, he's very public school. I'm going to let his whole dialogue run.
I'm honoured that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
He said that because my armour is basically I've had a bath in the last 24 hours. If you haven't, he'll just go, yeah, what do you want? And if you haven't had one in about 3 days, he'll be like, you stink like a fucking badger, piss off. So,
is there someone here who compete with me in archery?
Sure. There's always arrows flying here. How good are you with a bow? So I can find you a suitable opponent.
Oh, wow. My reputation's really gone up because before when I said that to him, he'd go, yeah, what do you think this archery range is for? Like I'm a fucking idiot. We'll just do beginner because it'll take the least amount of time.
At least you'll get a bit of practice. Beginners shoot 7 arrows around. Splendid.
This game is so fucking well. All these people are from Bohemia, and there are people from Warrington. There are the poshest people ever, like this guy. So I actually have to get. Oh, I'll put my bow away. Now, you'll notice there's no reticle when you've got a bow. I put my bow away. I've got a reticle. It's a bit baffling because when you're running around, you know, you don't really need the reticle to see what you're pointing at. Anyway. So that's a bullseye because I'm getting the hang of this, but you notice the way he sways? You've basically got to time it, and you just get a feel for where it is. It's sort of at the cross point between, if you look at the bow, about an inch up the bow, and then from your knuckle, that's where the reticle is. I mean, all the advice is to put the bow away and then put a fucking bit of post-it over where the reticle is when, you know, you haven't, you know, the yellow cursor that's there when you haven't got the bow out. I won a speedboat, yeah. I actually won a bow doing this quite early in the game from one of the characters, and then I couldn't use it for about 50 hours because I wasn't strong enough to pull it. But now I've got a better bow. Look at them, they didn't shoot a single arrow, but usually if they don't shoot an arrow they just stand there, and the minute you walk away they go, oh, you're disqualified for leaving. So there you go. But that's basically how archery, it's very easy against a static target and static animals when you're hunting, but yeah, it takes a while to get the hang of, and I'm going to just quickly do something else, and then we're going to get out and get in some shit. Oh yeah, very much. I mean, the guards will arrest you if you're seen committing any crime, and I'm pretty sure now I could bribe my way out of murder with my reputation here in this town, but this is also the largest town. I'll show you the map in a minute. Oh shit, I got off the horse too early. That's the huntsman. We'll do skills in a minute. Right, so you have maintenance, right? So briefly, here's all the stuff I'm wearing. So you'll notice I'm wearing both a padded thing and then a chainmail thing and then a helmet on my head. Yeah. I'm also wearing an undershirt, which you can't see. It's just, you know, like you're not allowed to be naked, just like fucking Fallout or whatever. So I'm wearing, this is about one of the best ones you can now get. And then chainmail, and then this is also one of the better cuirasses you can get, and so on. I played about 220-30 hours, and it turns out I'm trying to avoid spoilers for myself, but there is actually quite a lot of the game to go. But I've just avoided doing much of the story because I've been so unable to fight. It's quite depressing, really. So these are various things. But anyway, I digress. I can actually get one of these. Right, move to inventory, and I can fix myself up, yeah, by doing this. Apply to that, and that's all because they were only very slightly damaged, really. I don't have enough skill. If it's below about 80% damaged, at 80% condition, then I wouldn't be able to fix it. Have I got a tailor's kit? I have got a tailor's kit. Let's see if I can use this, because I want to try and fix this thing up. Yeah, I can. The other things that just, I don't think it would let me, or I've used too much of the kit. So anyway, in the name of management, we'll sit that back on the horse. So there you go, I've fixed my armour up. I've also, you notice on my weapon, is bloody, and that will affect your charisma, and using this will also increase my maintenance skill. So it's, you know, a mini game. You've got to go for sparks and not for smoke. If you see smoke, it fucks it up. But early in the game, the way to level this up is to literally deliberately blunt the blade and then sharpen it again. And you do the first 3 levels like that. But the condition of this is now at 100%. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. I'll briefly show you these skills, tree and all that stuff. You know, you have perks very similar to any other RPG, the usual carrying more and so on. I have a perk point to spend, but I'm not going to go into that now because it takes some thinking about. And you know, doing various things will increase various stats, and those will in turn increase your main level, which will give you other perks. But you know, there are no perks for the bow, for instance. But for the sword, all of the perks are basically combos, yeah. And you have other skills, which I'm not going to go too much into, really. But I've got all the usual stuff: be quieter and get more money from hunting, because hunting is one of the primary ways of increasing your bow skill, which you're going to need, because they, you know, even in all the training guides will tell you that, you know, try and shoot your first couple of enemies and then go for the sword, because you've got very little chance against more than 2 people, and 2 people is still a stretch. Right. I will now. It looks like I might just have time for this before he leaves. Right, so this will. I'll do one of these very briefly, and then we'll go and kill some bandits.
What can I do for you?
So this is Captain Angry Louis C.K. Oh, let's do that.
We have some trophies.
Let's see. What a collection! My boy, you're God's own avenging angel.
There you go. It's bandits' ears that I've killed. Now I'm going to do it with a practice weapon because
I'd like to train a bit, just lightly, with practice weapons.
I don't want to damage the armor too much, basically.
Let's get to it.
And
What
he
weapon
will
would you
fuck
like to
you
try?
up.
I've got a bastard sword, a short sword. We can fight with poles. Whatever you fancy.
We can fight with poles with Louis C.K., eh? Well, I'm going to go for the bastard sword because that's a long sword, which is what I'm carrying. I should be carrying a shield and a short sword, which will apparently make me much better at all this. But it's bloody hard enough. But it's all about parrying. See, if that went slightly slow motion, if I'd done the right thing there.
I'm over here.
Right, so anyway, I'm not going to go too much into that because it's really just training. So yeah, this is Captain Louis C.K.'s was. I think he's actually leaving, yeah, because he's basically only there mid-morning to early afternoon. But everyone's warmed to me greatly because I keep turning up with bandits' ears now, because I can actually semi-handle myself. So, yeah, you're gonna... This is basically the way to traverse the world. You notice the pop-in or level of detail is not too bad. You kind of get used to it. But I haven't shown you the map. So, the map is very fucking medieval. But what I'm actually going to do now is... I think I might travel somewhere a bit far away. So you can see the fast travel. Because basically it's not like a loading screen. You can be interrupted, and you know, some of the perks you can do increase your chance of skipping bandits attacking you on the road. But obviously I literally did that by reflex. So if we get stopped and attacked, which is what I'm hoping, I will get fucking stuck in. And you really don't know what it's going to be. Let's see what this dickhead has got. Wayfarer? Where is he? Oh.
You're not
he's
averse
just-
to a bit of profit, are you?
He's just selling something. Fuck it. Right, I might skip, but you see the idea. You could get attacked, and I can still get attacked. But let's do a bit of hunting quick. He looks a bit fucking shifty, doesn't he? Never mind. Camp there. I've never seen anyone at it though. Right, where are we? Now, I am very conspicuous because you notice I'm wearing full fucking stainless steel plate armour, you know. But I do have a perk that allows me to not freak the animals out so much. So basically, I'm not going to bother changing. I used to have like hunting clothes that are darker. You notice, like, look at the visibility and noise and conspicuousness. Obviously I'm pretty noisy, yeah, but it's not going to be a problem basically at this stage. Now if I just, in a minute I'll tool around on the road and eventually we'll get attacked, but we might just skip straight to a bandit camp that they want me to get. Right. And that's first shot, which I am getting good at this, but I've literally wasted 20 fucking arrows. Now you notice it says steel, yeah, so, yeah, actually that's a pretty good way of showing it. You could actually be sort of rumbled by the gamekeeper, but once I had to go and seek one out. But they say that if you stick stuff on your horse, they don't search you when, they don't search the horse when they search you. But I didn't find, I was pretty sure I'd moved everything to the horse, but I got rumbled once. So there we go, that's a rabbit. But you know, look, the forest is quite nice. There's slightly differing kinds of forest, but there's another rabbit. Might as well bag it. Yeah, so bow increases your ability, your agility. But as with anything, you know, I seem to, as your hunting skill goes up, you get more meat. And seriously, if I kill 2 deer, I'm overloaded, and I don't really have problems with weight generally in the game now. The horse can carry quite a lot, and so can I. So yeah, hunting. I mean, obviously there's deer and boars and what have you, but you get the idea. Where's the horse? And yeah, hang on. Let's get Binky a bit more colourful. Right, yeah, bandit camp. Where's the bandit camp? I think we've gone in the wrong direction for the bandit camp, but fuck it. I'm pretty sure it's there. Yeah. Right, I'm pretty sure this is a quicker way to do this, so we'll fast travel to there, which should result in us getting attacked at some point. I'm moving my finger off the skip button. There we go.
I'll slay you, I'm gonna enjoy this. You'll die.
I don't know why they always start. You always seem to. Whenever you come out of fast travel, you're looking over your shoulder. Right, there's two of them. So we've got options. What we're going to do is try and bow a couple of them. They're not too smart. They've already kind of lost me. See what I mean? He's just fucking standing there. Oh, anyway. Let's put this away and get serious. Don't know where the other one got to. I think he must have despawned. Come here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really using up the stamina sprinting. Come here. Oh, for fuck's sake, this is a joke. Come here. You really are a boring man. Fucking impossible. Never mind. Well, that was a fucking disappointment. I'll just get up the horse next time. Oh, there you are. Jesus Christ. I hate the way he sneaks up on me. Well, that was fucking disappointing and unedifying. So we'll just have to get into the bandit camp. Do what? Get on with it. Yeah, it's quite picturesque. If you're moving at a, if you're not galloping, the pop-in is manageable. But it's still only 1080 on the Xbox anyway, on the PS4 anyway. Oh, hang on. Right, I'm sorry, I'm not keeping up with the chat down here. Carcass on the road. That is a human carcass. Hardly worth it, is it? Ah, you see, I've been rumbled.
What are you doing, you murderer?
What on earth are you talking about?
Everyone knows you're in trouble.
I've got myself in a few...
You're most likely right. All right. I suppose...
I'm glad you saw sense. And what exactly were you doing here, anyway?
What are you getting at?
It'll be easier for you if you confess.
All right, then.
I've got quite high speed.
I didn't want to kill her. I just wanted to have a bit of fun. Then she pulled a knife on me. I took it off her. And this is how it ended.
See,
You
they're
don't
fucking
have to sell
creepy,
it,
the old
you
Middle
know,
Ages, aren't
and you won't regret it.
No need for that, fine. Go, quick.
they? That's not really what I have in mind, though. Fucking wanker. What's he got? Might as well. Might come in handy at some point. But you notice my reputation went down for killing him. I didn't, unless of the grade. I didn't really read the grayed out one, but I didn't seem to have the option to say, you know, fuck you, you've had your chips, mate, or anything like that. But, you know, justice has been done in the eyes of us, and that's the important thing. So I'm probably going to have a bit of a low reputation, but I haven't got any symbols telling me that I'm wanted for anything. Alright, this fucker. Alright, he's just a farmer, I'm going to not bother him. Because basically, after playing this game, you know, any day that anyone in the Middle Ages manages to get 5 minutes peace is pretty good. In my book. Now he could search me if my reputation was low enough. And what we are going to do is this. Just quickly. Where have you gone? Come here, mate. Everyone's all God save you, mate. Because generally my reputation is improving.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
What's happening around here?
Ah, you know how it is. Them two rogues, Matthew and Fritz, have finally cleared off. No loss, I can tell you. Shy of work, the pair of them. But when there's mischief, I hear they've made themselves at home in the tavern in the glade. Well.
Cool. Matthew and Fritz are my friends in the game.
All right. For how long?
Just the one.
All right.
I'm not going to bother haggling.
You'll like it here.
Right. This is probably going to tell me it's not working. I'm in a private area. No. Okay. Right, let's just get rid of all the stolen shit. So the other clothes, on my horse I'm basically keeping a few handy things like those things because they'll make you less visible and quiet when I'm hunting, and if I do decide to learn how to lockpick and actually do some stealing and stuff. But so far in the game I've essentially only got in trouble by accident. Like I'm fighting out Captain Louis CK and you're doing a particular sort of combo and you get it right and he immediately stops and I'm still like having at him, so the fucking training's over and then he's annoyed because I've hit him with a sword. So there's a lot of that kind of thing. So I've had to bribe people essentially for accidentally bumping into them and shit like that. That's going to rot. But basically there was 66 kinds of meat, and once I can cook it and it won't be stolen, then anyone will buy it. But ultimately the people up here don't have enough money to buy more than about 3 or 4 things, so we're not going to bother. So I'll show you this mechanic quickly. I'm not 100% sure it's actually going to work, but sleep. I'm going to sleep for 1 hour. It's going to get dark, and we're going to go and investigate this camp in the dark. And then maybe just kill loads of them. But I might try and do it during daylight. It's in the forest, it's in the deep forest, so I'm not going to be able to sort of stay on horseback. And the last bandit camp, there were 5 or 6 of them. And what I did was there was a road right next to it, so I just rode up and down the road until a couple of them came to see what was going on, and one of them was the leader, and the objective is to kill the leader. Did that save? Let's find out. Is this still working? Can you still hear me? No one's saying anything. Right, 2250. Yeah, that works. Cool. Alright then. Right. Hello, you are there. Good. Sorry, I know my voice isn't really made for broadcast. I am aware of this. I'm pretty sure that's... Oh. I'm not sure that is actually that deep, the forest there. I have this feeling. Now what? What should we do? Oh, fuck it. Let's work out how much food have I got on me. Got to plan this shit out. Got some dried meat, some dried honey and fruit. That apple is in a poor condition. So in a couple of minutes it will actually poison us if we ate it.
I feel quite hungry.
I feel quite hungry, yeah. Good point. Right, let's buy some food, because I think we're going to be sitting in the forest waiting for a bit. Where is everyone? Where's everyone that I can buy food from? Come here, you. Get a couple of those. All these things go off quite quickly. We don't need those. Fine. I'm gonna haggle. Right, we got food, we got shit. Let's go and fuck these motherfuckers up. We got across the river. Yeah, basically you don't really want to be doing much in the dark, because it's, you know, it's the middle. There is no ambient light at night in the Middle Ages. It is pitch fucking black everywhere. And if you get a torch out in the woods at night, bandits will find you and attack you. So you don't want to do that either. Yeah, he is one of the fastest horses in the game. I mean, I mostly bought him because he's called Binky, but... Alright, so we're just going to have to follow the road, which is only semi-advisable at dusk. But we'll just have to see how it goes. So this is just the woodcutters camp. Looks like they're all chilling out for the night. And just down this road is where you would often be ambushed. About 50 metres down there. But yeah, we're not going to get any closer to the camp. Otherwise we'll just blunder through it. Look, yeah, there's a... That's a bandit. So the thing is, there's usually a few more hiding in the bushes. I suspect that that is the bandit camp on the... I mean, it's just a ruin. And I've actually been there before because there's a chest. Right, is anyone after me? No. So a quick look at the map. So it's actually sort of pretty much directly right there. Yeah, fucking hell, the forest isn't exactly much cover, is it? Right. Okay then. Can we make that out? We can. Okay. Oh, that was a rabbit. So make sure there isn't like a path here or something, because we are going to do something. Okay. We're going to see what we can see while they're all sleeping, basically. Now the last one, there were always two of them awake, so I couldn't just poison it. And where's the fun in that? I'm just coming back 24 hours later and they're all lying on the ground dead. That wouldn't be much fun. But I do have another kind of potion, which could be quite fun. I have I thought I had. Where is it? Fuck, okay, I don't have it. So back at the base, I have Doll Maker Potion, which just kind of fucks your joints up and gives you spasms and stuff. And I was going to give them that, but that's not working out. Might as well have that, and we'll have one of those as well. A little bit of a freeze, as it says. Okay. There's one of them awake there. Don't want to step on those twigs. quite hungry. And your stomach can rumble. There's 2 of them awake. That guy's asleep. How many are there? If there's 3, I'm just going to fucking wade in there. If there's 4, we're going to have to think it out a bit more. But if I wade in there, I'm going to put the armour back on first. Oh, wait. I think they're going to bed. He's gone to bed. Look, he even takes his shirt off. Alright. They're all fucking asleep. So what should we do? What should we do? I think I'm going to try and fucking murder them all, basically. But I don't know if... Don't need those at the moment. I should be able to be quite quiet and not wake them up in my full armour if I'm slow, slow basically, yeah. But I want to be properly dressed if they all wake up, and I know that if I try and choke one of them, or sort of before you unlock the level 5 perk to actually sneak up behind someone and kill them with a knife, you have to kind of knock them out like the first few levels of Assassin's Creed, yeah. And that makes noise and will wake the others up. But I don't know if I can... Stabbing them is quicker and quieter. But I don't know if I can do it while they're sleeping. See, they've all woken up. But if I get far enough away... Alright, yeah, you see, I killed one of them.
Over here! Where is everyone? Quick!
I should have poisoned the stew and fucked off, I suppose. Because there's absolutely no way I can fight them all. There's like 6 or 7 of them. I mean, I could essentially creep back every night and do the same thing slowly. Oh, he's coming this way.
Get over here!
It's bobbing so much because I'm basically walking sideways. It's not normally that bad. What are they all doing? So they've all got bored and gone back-ish. But you get the idea. This is a tricky game. genuinely looks like we're all just going back to bed. That can't be right, can it? Maybe that's what they... Oh, hello. I can get him, I think. Don't know where the rest of them are. I think they must have all just gone off in the woods looking for me. But I'm wearing shiny armour. Is that one there? Yeah, there's one there. See what I mean? They can hear you a long way off. Yeah, one of them hasn't got a head.
Hey, all of you! Over here! Raise the alarm! Raise the alarm! Watch out! Alarm!
If we can whittle it down a bit, ideally, I'd like to get rid of someone with a shield, because he can be a real pain. If he's going to stand still, I might go for an arrow. The fuck, what's that noise? Oh, for fuck's sake, guys. Right. How many are there now? One, two. There's a lot more beds than people, that worries me. I mean, I've killed 2 of them. Get the most heavily armoured one.
Well, I never!
Well, I never, is what he actually just said. Can you believe it?
Over here! Where is everyone? Quick! To arms! Get over here!
They've both got fucking
Raise the
shields.
alarm! Watch out!
So annoying.
Alarm!
Oh, there's one. That was a bit close.
Hey, all of you! Gather here! Raise the alarm!
I haven't got the
Get over
mission
here.
complete for killing the leader yet. I don't think. Should we wait until daylight and then fuck them up? Would quite like to kill someone with a bow. In the game, I mean, not just randomly. Just clarify that briefly. Yeah, you can get some West Country ones. Where's the other guy gone? Did he go to sleep in there? Right, so the plan is to stab one of them, and when the other one gets up, to fucking... Have they gone to bed again? They have. Just to be clear. Come on, get up.
Hey!
Put up much of a fight. Sorry, I'm actually struggling to find a bit of a challenge here. But he says having just avoided fighting 6 people, but that wouldn't be a challenge, that would just be a massacre. Let's have a look what we got. I need that. Poison wine. I see. I could have done that. Drop into pot is always an option, so that's how I would have. That was all a bit easy, sorry about that. How many people are in that pile? Is that just 2 people? That is just 2 people. Hazel bow. Interesting. Eventually I'll be strong enough to use a longbow, but well, I could use one of the weaker longbows now, but I'm just saving it till I can use the stronger one, basically. No. Waffen rock is not a kind of music, surprisingly. Yeah, that's going to max out the old reputation. I think I could take the bandits here to another town and give it to the bailiff there, and that would improve my reputation there. But anyway, might as well eat some food. They were fucking idiots, I mean, honestly. I was honestly sure there was more of them as well. I mean, there was the guy. Oh, what's in here? Oh, nice. 350. There's loads of stuff there. I'll have all of that. However, I'm not massively sure it's advisable. It's literally not advisable to try and go anywhere from here at night. So what we're going to do is... Moving on. Right. Oh, fuck it. Let's get onto the road. I think the bandits, as you see, that they go to bed. Because the road was up here. So we shouldn't get attacked on the road. But if you do ride around, it's a deer's. No, it's got a deer's tail. With a torch out, you'll get fucked up. Where are we going? The wrong direction. There's nothing to do over there. Fuck it. Sorry, it's a bit dark, but as previously mentioned, it's the Middle Ages. So, the whole thing, they make a big deal about, I think it's just a normal bloke, about how, like, the NPCs in the game sort of live a sort of normal life and go to bed and all that stuff, and they basically won't wait for you. But so far I've only known that to actually affect anything twice, and the first is, you know, well documented sort of demo mission where you go to investigate a crime, and if you don't turn up at the start, the guy will be annoyed with you, but all that matters is the guy will be annoyed with you. Right, so we'll try not to gallop. Do not hit him. But I've also failed a quest yesterday because I was sent to get rid of a priest by not killing him, but by just helping him do what he came here to do and then send him back. There's a lot of sort of politics and stuff in the storyline, but I had to solve this riddle, which is it's pretty oblique, and I have to these last couple of pages I have to decipher what this raving lunatic type guy meant, and some of it's obvious, like into the moor is clear from where it was, is obviously into the forest, but I just assumed, like pretty much all the other side missions, that I'd have plenty of time to either solve that or look it up on YouTube, so I just carried on sort of hunting, and yeah, so I've got leader spurs, but it's the middle of the night, so yeah, little bug whistling for the horse when I'm on the horse. Now I'm pretty sure I paid for the bed here. Yeah, so I'll just sleep this off until the morning. And then go and hand this in. Alright, it's not actually that. But yeah, so basically you get the idea. I mean, there's various, you know, I'm sorry I didn't get into more of a fight. I probably should have just attacked them all in daylight and seen how it gone, eh? I did save just before, after all. There are boobs in the game as well, just thought I'd mention that. And quite judicious use of the word cunt and things like that, which is also refreshing. Oh, this is my room. Right, what we'll do, just briefly, so you can see how this is done. I actually haven't chosen the obvious option in this yet. It's a bit early. But you'll see in a minute. Yeah, I didn't really luck out with the bandits. I feel like I should have done that differently to make it more entertaining, but there you go. It's done now, and I've got loads of fucking gear. Right. I should have used the other bathhouse lady. All the bathhouse ladies remind me of British actresses, which is weird. They probably are the actual people, for all I know.
I'd like to make use of the bathhouse's services.
And what is it you'd like?
So, you know, that's the thing that everyone wants to see, but essentially what you'll see is the change wheel, the time wheel.
Get myself fixed up a bit. Have a bath and get my clothes washed.
As you wish.
Fine.
I'm sure you'll be...
There we go. I'm pretty sure one of them's modelled on Judy Birchall. And there's another one modelled on one of the older, sort of, very minor part actresses in Game of Thrones. And there's one who's just blatantly fucking Keely Hawes. It's just meant to be Keely Hawes. Right. What am I doing? Right. No, we don't want to fast travel. Where is this fucking fast travel bullshit? I know how Ed feels about fast travel. But so, you know, you have to get into the Middle Ages rhythm of life, which is slower, and you're only actually going to get 1 or 2 things done in a day if you're lucky. 2 is quite ambitious. Let me go through the forest. Where are the Minears? There we go. And then you have to go, well, you know, it's only 4 o'clock, but it'll be dark at 8 o'clock, and I'll be hungry, and so you basically end up doing 1 or 2 things, and then you sleep until the next day. Flexible morals. You're getting soft in your old age. I have no morals at all, so I'm not judging in any way. No fast travel morals at all, is what I mean. I do it all the bloody time. And in the beginning of the game, I mean, your only option is to run away from most trouble. And the thing is, it's actually a little bit tricky to break that habit. Like you saw, I was basically too careful at that camp, you know. I've got full plate armour, and all 5 of them would have been a problem, but after I'd killed the first 2, it might have been quite exciting fighting them all at night. I don't know. So yeah, you know. Sorry, I know you didn't come to see admin, but if I don't do this now, I'll forget, and then I'll be overloaded later, and no one wants that. Not in a very good condition. Shit, I'm actually wearing hunted gloves. No one wants that. I look confused. Anyway, let's... I've got no gloves on. Never mind. Right. Oh, I need those. Don't need any of those. Kettle hat. Oh, look at that. Those, they're really not very good looking, but those are the best armoured trousers in the game. So that's nice. Nobleman's gauntlets. Oh, never these gauntlets. What the hell? 11, 11, 4, 12, 12, 5. Okay. Those are the ones we're keeping. I think those are the ones I had on before. Yeah. It's a little bit hard to keep track. One of those, the silver ring will give me a bit of charisma. We all need a bit of that, don't we? Well, loads of fucking food. Right, let's drop these weapons. That's the best shield in the game, which I managed to get, and that's the best mace. It's a bit of a baffling decision. They said they were going to patch it, and I understand why. I only found out about it recently, but there's like a chest that's not even locked. You don't have to lock pick it. It's just by the side of one of the main roads, just quite near the edge of the map. and that's where I got the cuirass I'm wearing and the trousers and you know all that kind of trousers, the chausses I believe they're called. But I mean I could sell all this shit now, but I'm not going to bother with that. We're just going to get rid of this stuff. I need all of that. You have to have the dagger in your inventory in order to be able to stealth kill people, which is why I carry a spare one on the horse. And you've got to have a shovel to be able to dig up treasure and so on. Oh yeah. So what I could do, you know, for instance, the two best, quickest ways, it's not even really grinding. Oh yeah, let's do this, I'll show you. But, oh, hello. So early on in the game, you know, you need to level up, and there are various things you can do, and one of them is herbalism. So for instance, you can pick all kinds of herbs and flowers and sell them, and also use them as ingredients in alchemy, for instance. And what you would do is pick marigolds and just keep fucking picking marigolds, and nettles, because those are the two simple. There's a potion that requires only those two, and at full reputation will get you 30 coins per potion. But you can basically, once you reach level 10 or 12 herbalism, you get herb picking will add experience to your strength stat. So early on in the game you pick a lot of bloody flowers, but you'll notice I now have, because my herbalism level is quite high, oh, I only got 6 there, but I've got 6 marigolds for picking 1 marigold basically, and you get the idea. I'll just stick that there and deal with it another time. I forgot about this stuff. Anyway, and you know, I don't really know what else to show you in terms of the skills and stuff. I've got some perks. I haven't used most of the perks. Is like, you know, beers gets you pissed quicker, but wine doesn't, and the opposite way round. Or, you know, you've got more charisma when you're drunk. And like there are some really weird ones. There's yeah, like you saw how your hand sways when you do use the bow and arrow, and if you're pissed it'll do that less if you've got that perk, but if you're not pissed with that perk it'll do it even more, so then you've got to be pissed all the time, and that sounds funny but it's actually a bit of a fucking chore, because you've seen how he moves when he's sober, you know, the motion and head bobbing and all that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can turn some of it off, but I don't get motion sickness, so it doesn't bother me. But it's behaving pretty well in terms of graphics and stuff. I mean, you saw his hat pop in and all that, and that's not too bad. You even get that a bit with Fallout and stuff, don't you? But yeah. Anyway, what do we all think? What do you think? What do you think? So I've got some perk points to spell. So I haven't. You get the choice of making it faster or carry more, and so far it hasn't really been a problem in either direction. So I've just not spent the perk point. Extremely skittish in storms, but less in other weather, and you don't get a lot of storms. Incidentally, the fucking rain graphic visual thing is so poor. It's genuinely 8-bit levels of bad. Which I don't really know how to describe it. This is the tanner's yard. So you know, there's a whole kind of things going on. I could, if I needed money, I could hunt and sell the skins or make potions, and I'm at a level in alchemy which means I can just press a button and it will auto brew it rather than having to actually stir this and pump the bellows and add the ingredient at the right time. And, I mean, I can show you how to do that, but I haven't got any ingredients on me and I cannot be bothered. oh, I know how I can do this because I've got 6 marigolds on me. So let's do this. Oh. No, you've got clothes on then. So all these people, these are beggars who are actually refugees from the town where I used to live and where the parents were murdered and all that kind of thing. And this is a whole fairly simple tale about vengeance, although I can tell there are actually literally proper medieval sieges later and all that kind of stuff, and arrows on fire and so on. So you could, you know, follow recipes which are in here, and YouTube is your friend because some of them are a little bit cryptic, yeah. But I have oh, I forgot to, sorry, I forgot to pick the nettle. See, that was dangerous, just literally jumping down that height. In full plate armour, I could have injured my foot, and bleeding you can fix with a bandage, but if you break anything you essentially have to sleep for a few days until it heals, which could of course cause you to fail quests and so on. And because of the perk, not only have I just brewed that, do it again until we run out of ingredients, which should be 1 or 2 more, I think. Yeah, we run out of ingredients. But every time I brew one, because of the perk, fucking teleporting horse with teleporting clothes, it brews 3 potions. So I've just made 11 of those, which I could now go and sell. And potions you can pretty much sell to anyone. But I also want to quickly show you this, which is people who have various skills. You can, I have to read to learn things, and you have to pay someone to teach you to read. But then there are various perks from it, and you get a reading. You can read standing up, you can read on your horse, but if you're sitting on a bed or a chair, you get a reading bonus.
Welcome, Henry.
Right, let's do this.
I'm honoured that you should come to me.
Oh, I've got. Is this working for you guys? Yeah, it's still working. Training, so I could pay him at various levels.
Would you teach me more about... Certainly. I want to achieve mastery.
There you go.
Alright, but it'll cost
and it would
you.
just essentially give me a perk point kind of thing. Fuck me, that's a lot of money, but I have a lot of money.
Isn't that
And
quite
I have
a
a
lot?
high reputation, so let's see what happens.
What about this?
Come now.
Agreed.
So there you go. And at certain points, like level 5, 10, 15, so on. Now, I have... Obviously I have perk points. But actually, I meant to sell him that shit. Get out of fucking way. But also, you know, it's very easy to accidentally steal or try and pickpocket someone when you just want to talk to them, because X is talk and hold down X is pickpocket. So you can easily, it hasn't happened yet, but it just seems like a mistake to me. He's only got 250 coins, so, and I can't even be bothered to haggle. So there you go,
Hey.
have that. Beggar Jane, so she has a name, so if I spoke to her she might give me a quest or something like that. But I'm not going to do it because it's getting quite late, so I'm probably going to wrap this up relatively soon. I wonder if I'm going to get in trouble. So I failed a quest for this guy. Let's go into the castle. Let me show you the castle. See, there you go. Have some texture on your walls. So Hanish, so yeah, I failed the quest for him. Let's see what he says.
Welcome, Henry. God bless you. What troubles you?
Sir, I met the parish priest of Ujet, and I must say he's...
I should say so. Have you? Rumour has it Reddy finished his studies at the university where his father sent him.
Apparently Brian Blessed
He
does
decided the
voices for this
religious
game.
life wasn't
I
for
think
him
this is him.
and vanished to foreign parts. They say he made a living as a mercenary.
Doesn't
I
sound
even
like
heard
him,
he
though,
fought
does it?
against the Turk at the Battle of Kosovo. And then he suddenly came back and settled down here. No doubt it cost his family plenty. But he's a fair man and I'm fond of him. There's a lot to be said for a priest. with
Yeah,
a
I had
good
this. I don't know if
understanding of
anyone's going to
vice.
play this game, but I had this. Oh, okay. He didn't seem to. He didn't seem to mind that wasn't actually the priest I was talking about. Basically, the bishop sent a priest to look for heretics, and this guy thought that really the bishop wanted to call him a heretic and seize his lands. So he asked me to get rid of the priest by sort of finding some heretics or something, and then sort of sending him back to the city. Successful, you know, but convince him not to nose around anymore and try and find anything that might allow the bishop to steal his land, basically. But the priest, I went there and did some stuff, and then basically I got pissed with the priest and shagged Keeley Hawes, and it was amazing. It was just one of the best fucking random side missions I've ever done in a game, just because it was all so unexpected, and the way it was, the cinematic cutscene bits, it was just really good. I was quite pleased with it. So yeah, and obviously you can see there are various things I can do in the town, and you can zoom in further, and it's all very medieval and so on, and you're doing archery and so on, and yeah, so that's how you get things. That's a quest giver or activity, you know. I could buy better swords there if I wanted one, but I've got a pretty good setup at the moment. But yeah, there you go, Kingdom Come Deliverance, basically. Sometimes there are people in here and you can give them water. Apparently that makes it popular. Yeah. No one's saying anything. No one's really. I'm just droning on. You muted me fucking hours ago, didn't you? But yeah, I have to progress with the story pretty soon, because I've got the best saddle you can buy, most of the best armour you can buy, and I'm still not very skilled with the... What is the time? I can practice more as Captain Angry Louie, so I might go up there and save the game up there. There's a pub. You get drunk. It's predictable effects. So it's just every now and then there's places where you can, when you see a pot like that, you can just eating it. Yeah, well, possibly. But you know, I was expecting him to go, well, what happened with that priest? And instead I sort of mentioned the parish priest rather than the archbishop's minion, who I failed to solve the riddle and find out where the heretics were meeting. Captain Angry Louie.
Be a bit more careful.
There you see. Thing is, well, I'll tell you what. Let's take that off. Oh, did I not have a... Right, yeah, I've got the male coif on still. And we'll take that off. We'll get fucking stuck in.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Oh yeah.
I've taken care of the camp.
Where's the proof?
Here it is.
Pleased to hear it. I've heard about another encampment. It seems it's somewhere near the stream that flows down from Neuhof.
All right, I'll take a look around. I have some trophies.
Let's see. Good. Good. That's how to treat the bastards.
There you go. Master Strikes.
I've trained a bit with a sword, and I think I've got...
We'll test you.
So I've...
Stand there, take your weapon, and fight. If you look like you know what you're doing...
So it's very hard, like basically it's the right thumbstick that controls your angle of attack, and I just can't get my head around it. So you know, almost everyone that I've fought, I've dealt with them by stabbing them. Oh, so he's trying to teach me this combo. I'm not actually can't remember whether I'm supposed to be watching him or doing it myself. But you get the idea, and obviously it's you know, it's different. There are maces, there are even spears. I'm getting better. I mean, it does give you the chance. It is actually kind of intuitive, the blocking. I'm literally just sort of swiping the thumbstick in the direction he's swiping me, and it is very instinctive. Oh wow, I did it. I didn't know I'm not really sure how to do clinching either, when you sort of grapple with each other. But basically, as I choose the strike... Oh, you got me there. As soon as I press the trigger, it's right trigger for the slash and right bumper for the stab. So that's why the stabbing is easier, because you're just basically spamming the right bumper all the time. Oh, can I surrender?
Enough. Now, pay close attention. I'll teach you the most important thing. It's good to be able to attack. It's good to be able to fend off your opponent's blows. But best is when you're able to do both at once. Master stroke is when you parry your opponent's blow and strike him at the same time.
Right. Are you going to try and hit me? Come on, Louis. Oh, you want me to do it? Okay.
See? Right. I'll attack slowly. You parry. That's it.
Okay.
Good.
Right, so you hold it. You just hold it at the right moment.
That's it.
Okay. Right. So I've leveled some shit up, which is good. And I have to... Fuck me, it's 10 to midnight. Yeah. Get my ass up in the morning and do it all over again. So... That's just not going to work. It's not going to work. That is though. Fucking hell, yeah. Sorry. 2305. Eh? 2305? Oh, if I do it this way I get to choose which one to overwrite. I've done that. Game saved. Okay. Let's just check that. This is what you have to do, this game. I have to say it's been remarkably well behaved tonight in terms of stability and graphical glitches. Alright. Okay, chaps. That's pretty much all she wrote. So thank you very much for watching, and good night.